country. I get lost everywhere. I'm very uncomfortable. I thought I was in the ghetto and it wasn't the ghetto at all.
Are you, is this your first time to America?
Second time, but I only went to Boulder really. So people say it was just a bubble. You didn't see the real America.
This is the...
Well, no one will know me, but Aussies will. Aussies will be stoked. Steve McKenna, I'm from Australia, and iron off Brownlee to win Oceanside 70.3. Or get my ass handed to me. That's what I'm really here for. Yeah, I think I was kind of finally hitting my straps in 2019, and then COVID happened. So I like had a little job at the time, and then like everyone like lost jobs over there and shut the lockdowns and everything. So 2020 was just a write-off really, and then towards the end I started training a bit more properly and did a few races and started winning. And I think it was just a matter of time. I found the sport in 2015. Hadn't swum or biked before in my life, so it's like 7 years now since I learned how to ride a bike and swim. So it's all happening fast, but it was a matter of time, and then COVID just kind of ruined the timing for getting to the US or international. So it's delayed it 2 years, but I'm here now, and yeah, ready to kind of see what I have to do to go to the World Champs later and do better. Get my ass handed to me by a few of the world's best. Appo came over and kind of did that at Geelong, so I just know that I think biking over here, the sport's changed a bit in our time that we've been locked in Australia. But yeah, we're all going to be out this year. We'll show you how we can swim and run, and then eventually we'll start biking better. I'm excited. So, will it ruin the whole video if I just like get really cold and have to get out?
Say it again.
Will it ruin the whole video if I like get really cold and just get out after 5 minutes?
Or if there's a shark.
Yeah, don't say that. Do they have crocodiles here?
No. No. Neither. You'll be just fine.
Alright, I'm just gonna do it. I'll freeze to death. Hey guys, it's Steve McKenna here. I'm just gonna talk over this video to give you an idea of what was going through my head at the time. To start with, I was a nervous wreck for my first US race. I think being pretty jet lagged and rocking up to America maybe 5 or 6 days before the race just had me up till 2 AM with jet lag every night. But I proved in the swim here that you don't really... I obviously didn't get so nervous that it ruined my energy levels, because the swim actually ended up going really well. I felt comfortable, came out third on Kanute's and Brownlee's feet, and it all started because of basically a head start I got here. I've had an experience with running into the water recently where I did it all wrong, and that was in Melbourne at a 2x U series race, and here I'm actually the first athlete to start swimming. Everyone started duck diving pretty early, whereas I waited and kept running, knowing that from my experience in Melbourne where I screwed it up, that the longer you can run, the quicker you'll go. So that first athlete that's now swimming is me. I'm in the lead, but as you can see, there's a really strong current, and it took me way over to the right. Everyone starts following me besides Kanute. So there I am. I've gone a serious distance to the right there. And then I've corrected myself once I saw Kanute, who was in the green cap and leading the other pro men. And then, so here I'm happy with my ability to surge back to that group. And I think Kanute was going fairly left anyway, so if we had met in the middle it would have been good, but either way I got right back to the pack. you can see that I've just got back to that pack, and what I do now is make my way right up to Kanute's side, where Brownlee also was. That's now Kanute leading. And this is the end of the swim. Basically, I sat right behind Kanute and Brownlee for the whole swim, right next to Appo as well. We kind of shared Brownlee's feet, and it wasn't that hard. It was great to know that how far my swims come. And then we ran through transition, and yeah, it was interesting to see how competitive these guys are at the top level. Brownlee was super aggressive in the run into the bikes, and I think he's known for that anyway. He looks back, and then I go past him in a second, and I'm met with a big elbow to the chest, and I'm pretty sure that's just to say, back off, pleb. I beat you out of the water, you're not getting to your bike first. Interestingly, I was the only one that had my suit down. Everyone else swam with theirs up, which isn't usual, but maybe in America we've seen a lot of videos with people having disasters with their zips or not getting it on in time, but I went with it down to make sure I got into this pack with no restriction on the shoulders. And I thought also this run was about 500 meters. I had plenty of time. So there you can see I've got it up already. Heaps of people overtook me as I was putting that suit on, but I'm still the quickest T1 expert this side of Texas. So you can see there's Kanute. He's gone. He gets out first. I came in the blue there a bit later, but I'm going to come out right behind him. So I've got past everyone who passed me. There I am. And from this point on, the race kind of fell apart. But we'll continue watching the good part. I expected these guys to be much better than me in the transition, but because some come from an ITU background, but I was real happy with how I went, maybe because I was thinking about it so much being important. This is maybe, 10k into the bike. I think Kanute's going to the front and he wants to put some pressure down on the other pros. I think either way, it kind of bunched up around that corner just now. So I decided I'm going to have to go past Appo and Brownlee and then go past to the front, because I just didn't want to be caught drafting. But the problem here is that Kanute seems to be, one, riding well, and two, maybe putting the pressure down after the technical section we've just been through, to get rid of some of the pros. So I'm coming up right now, and I suppose there's a technical official following us, and he's probably timing me, and I don't really, there's me there. I don't really know just how long I had if I was overtaking 3 people, but as we approach a hill in a second, here we go. So now I'm about to go past, but we approach this hill, and it seems as though Kanute just started pushing a little harder, and it started to become a little more difficult to get by. And right now I need to decide, all right, are you going to sprint to get past? So there's the motorbike there, and in my mind I was thinking, well, I've probably got a bit more time. I'll go past at my pace in any second now, and this is where they've already pulled me over. They started saying you've got a 5-minute penalty to me, and that's because I didn't get past Kanute in the amount of time I had to. So yeah, I already know right now. He's already yelled at me.
and he's gonna pull me right over to his motorbike in a sec. So I was pretty devastated, started getting pretty deflated. But yeah, that's a 5-minute penalty, and I think in Australia you might get a warning for something like this, but not here. Either way, that was race over, so lesson learnt the hard way. Extremely hard lesson to learn, but I won't do that again.